السلام عليكم. إن شاء الله بيكون ختامها ويست. As we saw from the presenters before us, the waste is part of everything we saw. We saw in town planning how they manage the waste and how they segregated the waste. And we saw the last one, which is the hotel, for example, how they, this also, the hotel has some plant for the waste under the building, and they make the biogas out of it, so they collect it somehow. The eco-cities has also has segregation for the waste. So the waste is there, we cannot avoid it, we have to manage it, we have to make use of it. As everybody else said, we have to generalize our energy and to make the most use of it. So the waste is one part of it, and that's why it is very important. And what we saw in the Scandinavian countries, it is really something big, because it's an involvement in every single person in the society. We have all to be together in order to make use of these sources. So it's a waste, but it's a source of energy. We can think of it, we take the best of it. The sources of waste is industrial or residential, construction, manufacture, agriculture, and commercial waste. There are two types mainly of waste: solid waste and liquid waste. Liquid waste is, they take it to, they make use of it for biogas there. But here we are, as His Excellency Isa said, they make use of it in the agriculture irrigations. So what is the waste? The waste, everything we can consider thrown out. So that's why we, instead of throwing these things out, somebody called them, as in our trip, it's a treasure. Somebody calls a waste, somebody else calls a treasure for the energy sources. So how we start, we have a different type of waste. So we are reducing the waste, or using the best of it, and instead of having the effect by these wrongdoings, which is building the carbon dioxide. We have a lot of release for in the society, in many countries where they have it, they thrown like this, or unused and misused in a way. So these impacts affecting our future life and our children in the future. So we have the waste, we classified, as we said before, these are the main sources of this waste. What we notice there, the importance of segregation, which is the first step into you make the best use of it. We notice something I haven't seen anywhere else in the world. It is even every single office, they are starting to segregate the waste and make use of it. So this is a small individual office. And in the industrial places where they have the hazard waste, they have also to segregate it, so it is going for somewhere where it will be get rid of or reused. In the parks, in the household, they have all, everything is well segregated, and everybody is responsible to use these segregation from the beginning. And that's how we start our segregation or our duty to this society, so we can really implement. So that's why, and then it goes, segregation goes three main elements. It goes to the energy creation, where they have the solid waste burning into, or the solid and the bio waste goes for the natural gas, as somebody else before said. And there is they have only 10%, which they after, and that was the burned waste, which is going to resell. So we hope we reach this point somehow. So now I'll take my this is my part, and this is my colleague Ahmed Sheikh.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khalid. Okay, before starting my speech about waste, first I want to mention something, so to make sense of what I'm going to cover about waste afterward. Here in the country, we have two main sources of energy, with power plants like they using fuels and natural gas to get power, and solar power, which we could use the first within 10 years, like Shams 1 in Abu Dhabi, Shams Dubai and Maktoum City. But why don't we have wind farms in the country, or wind turbines? Simply because based on prior studies and investigation, we find that we don't have the high speed, so this is not applicable in the country today. Similar for hydropower, we don't have large power or a strong water force, so it's not applicable also. And also for geothermal. So the point I want to make here is technology is dependent on nature and climate, which is something out of our control. But when it comes to waste, simply it's available in all countries. It's produced by us. So why don't we use it into something useful? Here in the Scandinavian countries, we have visited around more than 2 plants, waste to energy plants. The general procedure and process is simple, just like any power plant. But here in the country, we burn fuel and natural gas to generate energy, but there they burn the waste. And the output from the system is electricity, of course, and the water, which captured from the steam. It can be used for irrigation and also just take heating. For example, in Sweden, around 4.4 million tons of waste generated produced every year, and half of it is converted into energy. And there are 456 kilogram waste per person. So do you know how much waste per person here in the country? It's almost twice. So why don't we have such a plant in the country? Also, the equivalent energy produced from that waste is around 250 gigawatt hour. With that much power, we can supply around 35,000 houses here in the country. And what's more interesting, as Zainab mentioned, Sweden buy waste from the neighbor countries. Okay, and here's the results, the results from the waste to energy process. Only 1% goes to landfill, 99% is turned into something useful to help the environment and the people. Also, what's more important for the environment is 1 ton of carbon dioxide released, prevent 1 ton of carbon dioxide from 1 ton of waste burned. So now I'll hand it to Ammar.
So we learn about waste. We come to the end, what we learn from waste, what the Scandinavian countries did. So we can even come here and tell you, yes, we learn from waste. Waste is something valuable. This is the first thing we should know. And waste is management in public service. Once we have it in the public, people will start using it. They will know what is the value of waste from the segregation. And if we segregate and we plan it from the start in the education sector, then this is what we go for. And we will tell you, yes, it is a long-term relationship. Yes, we can plan for the future. From waste only, we can produce power. We can have wonders. We can recycle them. And if the municipalities all over the Scandinavian countries can connect and communicate with each other, then we can do the same. And they also not only communicate with other municipalities, they do it in-house. They communicate within the departments they have. And this is what makes them unique, which make the waste unique and valuable. Partnership everywhere. They already have the education going on, and already the people know already now what is the valuable of waste. Once we tell to the people and educate them what is the valuable of it, then they will start segregate from the house, and everything will go smooth, and the plants will go smooth. And the countries themselves, they already expect and read what is the growth in the future. So this point will give them the targets and will give them the proper planning. We recommend that in this country we have to start educate the young people in the schools, the public, the service. We can even go to the newspapers, radios, TVs. This is where we can start education with people about waste. And once we do it, then we can have plants to produce energy from the waste. And if we have it, then we can even help our transport sectors that yes, we have extra power, we can start fuel cell cars and electrical cars. In the end also, we can study it in a wide range. If we can really do the waste to energy, then we can produce heat, and this heat can be transferred to district cooling, plants that run on observing chillers. Thank you.